Welcome back to Travel on the Menu, where we explore the world one bite at a time. I'm here to take you on a culinary adventure that might just challenge your taste buds and expand your horizons. Today's episode is all about those dishes that make you stop and ask yourself, would I actually try this? From fermented delicacies that have been aged for months to insects that crunch like chips, we're diving into the world of unusual foods and local specialties that locals swear by. So, buckle up, food adventurers, because we're about to explore some of the most intriguing and sometimes shocking dishes our beautiful planet has to offer. Our first stop takes us to the stunning island of Sardinia, Italy, where rolling hills meet crystal-clear Mediterranean waters. Here, nestled in traditional stone houses, local cheesemakers create something that sounds like a nightmare, but is considered a delicacy: Casu Marzu, also known as maggot cheese. This pecorino cheese is deliberately infested with cheese flies, whose larvae eat through the cheese, creating a soft, creamy texture with a sharp, intense flavor. The maggots are often eaten along with the cheese, and locals believe it has aphrodisiac properties. While it might sound revolting, those brave enough to try it describe a complex, tangy taste that's unlike anything else in the world. From the romantic coastlines of Italy, we travel to the vibrant archipelago of the Philippines, where street food culture thrives in bustling markets and along scenic waterfronts. Here, vendors sell Balut, a partially developed duck embryo that's been incubated for 14 to 21 days before being boiled and eaten from the shell. This protein-rich snack is believed to be an aphrodisiac and energy booster. Filipinos typically eat it with salt, chili, or vinegar, and the experience involves slurping the savory broth first, then eating the embryo. The texture is described as creamy and rich, with a flavor that's more intense than a regular boiled egg, and it's deeply woven into Filipino street food culture. Next, we venture to the dramatic landscapes of Iceland, where black volcanic beaches meet towering glaciers and the northern lights dance across pristine skies. In this land of fire and ice, locals have been preserving shark meat in a unique way for centuries. Hákarl is fermented shark that's been buried underground for several months, then hung to dry for another 4 to 5 months. The Greenland shark used for this delicacy is actually toxic when fresh, but the fermentation process makes it safe to eat. The result is a dish with an overwhelming ammonia smell and a fishy, cheese-like taste that even makes locals grimace. It's traditionally washed down with Brennivin, Iceland's signature caraway-flavored schnapps, and eating it is considered a rite of passage for visitors. Our journey continues to the breathtaking landscapes of China, from the midi mountains of Guilin to the ancient water towns with their reflection-filled canals. Here, a delicacy called century eggs, or pidan, has been enjoyed for over 600 years. These aren't actually aged for a century, but rather for weeks or months in a mixture of clay, ash, salt, quicklime, and rice hulls. The process transforms regular chicken, duck, or quail eggs into something extraordinary. The yolk becomes dark green or black with a creamy cheese-like texture, while the white turns brown and jelly-like. The flavor is described as rich and complex, with hints of sulfur and ammonia, and they're often served as appetizers or added to congee and salads. 5. Escamoles, Mexico. From the ancient traditions of China, we travel to the colorful and vibrant landscapes of Mexico, where desert cacti stretch toward endless blue skies and colonial architecture creates stunning backdrops in charming towns. Deep in the Mexican desert, harvesters risk painful ant bites to collect escamoles, often called insect caviar. These are the larvae of ants that live in agave plant roots, and harvesting them is dangerous work since the ants fiercely protect their young. The larvae have a delicate, buttery flavor with a slightly nutty taste, and a texture that's been compared to corn kernels. They're typically pan-fried with butter and spices, served in tacos, or used as a garnish for upscale Mexican dishes. The flavor is so prized that escamoles can cost more than silver by weight. 6. Surströmming, Sweden. Our adventure takes us north to the stunning Scandinavian beauty of Sweden, where endless forests meet pristine lakes and the midnight sun creates magical golden hours. Here, in coastal towns with their colorful wooden houses, locals produce what many consider the world's smelliest food, surströmming. This fermented herring has been a Swedish tradition since the 16th century, fermented for at least 6 months, until it develops an incredibly potent odor that can be smelled from great distances. The fish is typically eaten outdoors because of its overwhelming smell, served with flatbread, potatoes, and strong alcohol. Despite the intimidating aroma, those who brave it describe a salty, savory flavor that's actually quite pleasant once you get past the initial shock. 7. Rocky Mountain Oysters, USA. Heading across the Atlantic to the vast, rugged beauty of the American West, where snow-capped mountains tower over endless plains and cowboy culture runs deep, we discover a dish that's not what its name suggests. Rocky Mountain oysters aren't from the ocean at all. They're deep-fried bull testicles that have been a ranch tradition for generations. These are typically breaded and fried until golden, served with cocktail sauce or gravy. The texture is described as tender and similar to chicken, with a mild, slightly gamey flavor. They're a staple at ranch gatherings and state fairs throughout the American West, representing the frontier spirit of using every part of the animal. 8. Tête de veau, France. Our culinary journey wouldn't be complete without visiting the romantic countryside of France, where lavender fields stretch to the horizon and medieval villages perch on hilltops overlooking vineyard valleys. Here, traditional French cuisine includes tête de veau, or calf's head, a dish that showcases the French philosophy of nose-to-tail eating. The entire head, including the brain, tongue, and cheeks, is slowly braised until tender, then served with a tangy sauce ravigote made with capers, herbs, and hard-boiled eggs. The different textures and flavors created a complex dining experience that food enthusiasts describe as rich, gelatinous, and deeply satisfying. It's considered the ultimate test of a chef's skill and a diner's adventurous spirit. As we wrap up today's journey around the world of unusual foods, I hope I've inspired you to step outside your culinary comfort zone on your next adventure. These dishes might seem intimidating, but they represent centuries of tradition, local ingenuity, and cultural identity in some of the world's most spectacular destinations. Remember, travel isn't just about seeing beautiful places. It's about experiencing them with all your senses, including taste. So the next time you find yourself in a new destination, Ask yourself, would I try this? You might just discover your new favorite dish, or at least come away with an incredible story to tell. Don't forget to like this video. If you enjoyed our culinary adventure, subscribe for more travel content that goes beyond the typical tourist experience, and let me know in the comments which of these dishes you'd be brave enough to try. Until next time, keep exploring, keep tasting, and keep traveling on the menu.